And we are live.
Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world today, from myself, Sue Alexander.
And hi, I'm Reg Lenny.
And you are on Rijooviness TV, the station that really likes to support your ultimate health and well-being. And this is all about reconnecting with yourself. And we strongly suggest that you jump on the links and let everyone know about how they can really support themselves, because we truly believe here at Rijooviness TV that everything affects everything. So today we are super excited to be joined by a lady who has been an entrepreneur in this time of change in the last year, and she's going to be sharing with us her journey as to how she has literally developed her own product range, how she has really become very focused on having her own business and has spread her wings and become an amazing entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's amazing the people that we talk to, the opportunities that they're taking to go from what could be a full world closed down and everything very negative to making use of this opportunity and finding that silver thread, that silver lining to grasp onto to help you to become exactly who you want to be.
So we're broadcasting live from Barbados, and how lucky are we? And today our guest is also from Barbados, because we really want to highlight the community over here and share with the rest of the world all the incredible talent that is in this beautiful Caribbean island. And so we would like you to be introduced to Kehly Olton, who has a wonderful product range called Kazariaauras, which is all about candles. And we're going to bring her on so that she can just really express to everyone how the power of light and lighting a candle as a real signature of just stopping and really rebalancing in this crazy and mad world that we live in.
Today also we're going to be talking about our retreats. People are asking all kinds of questions about how they can come to Barbados, how they can train with us, how they can learn from us, how they can rebalance their body, take control of their health and well-being, eliminate chronic issues, and stop dealing with weight issues. And that's all today on Rijooviness TV. And there she is, live. I know today we're having a little bit of a lag with the computer system on Kelly's side, so we're going to make sure that we give her the extra time to chat in between the wonderful Wi-Fi lag that we're dealing with.
So a huge welcome to you, Kehly, and we are so happy that you've managed to join us today. in beautiful Barbados, and we would love you to share your journey of what has happened in the last year of your life with, you know, the changes, the pandemic, the lockdown, and how you had to really look at your life in a very different way, and actually, you know, you've created something very, very special, and we have your candles here and they're just delicious. So share more with everyone on the audience about, you know, what your inspiration was.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. As Sue and Red said, my name is Kehly Olton, and I am the owner and founder of the brand called Kazariaauras. I make luxury handcrafted soy wax candles locally based here in the beautiful island of Barbados. And Kazariaauras is a brand catering to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, to not only liberate but to promote and define self-love. In a constantly changing world, I've come to learn to the importance of taking care of myself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually as well. And so that's what a brand is all about. Kazariaauras is a brand also that is all about, you know, simplicity. That's the aesthetics of my brand, simplicity. So with my labeling, as you can see, I try to make everything very simple, straight to the point, and you understand what it's all about. And each candle has an affirmation on them. So if you would like to contact me, guys, feel free to contact me on my website, which is www.kazariaauras.com. My Instagram, which is the same, Kazariaauras, or on WhatsApp at 1246-843-7063. So feel free to contact me at any time for further information. You know, get to understand my brand a lot better, and enjoy your afternoon, guys. Thank you for having me.
The telephone number and website and email address is running along the bottom to get a hold of you and to check out the website.
And thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you every success with the beautiful candles that you've created, and we highly recommend them because we've tried them and we love them in the home. And just like Kehly was saying, you know, it just allows you to really kind of give yourself a moment, have some quiet, have some peace, create a lovely ambience in the house. Delicious smells can really affect your mood and how you're feeling. So well done you for reinventing yourself and being an incredible entrepreneur, yes, and sharing with us today the journey thus far. So good luck, my love, and
thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you again. Bye-bye.
So one of the other things that we wanted to discuss today was about keeping super healthy, and a lot of people have reached out to me to ask me what my routine is, and I know that a lot of our viewers are women. Maybe you're kind of post 35, going between that 35, 85 and everything in between, and really want to stay super well and super healthy. And it is notoriously a time for many women and men to have huge changes in their lives and want to look at opportunities to have health as much as they possibly can naturally. And I'm a true believer in natural health, and both Reg and I have been holistic practitioners, health and wellness coaches for many, many years. And our vision with Rijooviness TV, with Rijooviness.com, our website, is to give you the tools to empower yourself with your health naturally. And one of the things we're going to be discussing at towards the end of the program today is our retreats, which will be coming up later this year as soon as international travel is available again. And we want to really share with you between now and then, when you can come and see us, is to how you can really every single day empower yourself to live your best life in the body that you love to live in. So I believe that you're going to ask me some questions.
So today I get to interview the magnificent Sue just a little bit. We've got a couple of questions that we're going to go through just so to help you understand more about what it is that Sue and I are doing, why we've created Rijooviness and Rijooviness TV, and help us with looking at different opportunities that maybe you can have working with us, or ways that we can support you as well. So the other day, I shared my morning routine.
Yes, you did.
And I even showed a little bit of my my nakedness as I jumped into the swimming pool. So why don't you share? Yeah. Why don't you share what your morning routine is?
Okay, I don't jump in the swimming pool naked. It's not. No, I jump in the sea naked. No, not really. No, that's not true at all. No, for me, and I think it's very important. Number one, sleep is super important, and I know the other day we discussed an awful lot about sleep.
Yeah.
But it, for me, is very much about the thoughts that you keep, and what you start your day with is very much about gratitude. And you know, even if you've not before you've even woken up and properly, and your still eyes might be closed, to just really empower yourself up with what you want your day to look like, and how you really want yourself to show up in the day, and to give yourself the best possible chance of having the best time every single day.
Okay.
And
so that's others. What about you? What's your morning routine?
Well, what I do is I do have my mantra in the morning of what I say, my affirmations, my gratitude, and then the first thing I do is to drink water, lots and lots of water. You know, we lose about 1 litre of water when we're sleeping. And if you've had a good night's sleep, you wouldn't have replenished your body for a good 8 hours. So I try and drink at least a large glass of water, and sometimes I put my favourite thing in it. I work with Isogenics. I love the products. I work with quite a few brands, and everything that we always talk about is always on our website. My little link there is to the Isogenics website. But I absolutely love this product. It's called Nourish for Life. I'm not very good at this, am I? Okay, there you go. Nourish for Life. And I add that to water simply because it uploads my body with vitamins, minerals, and trace elements. And that in itself, when you're on an empty stomach and you're drinking the water, will flood your body without there being any interruption. And so therefore you are giving your body all of those essential vitamins and minerals that you could have got depleted in while you were sleeping, and certainly from the erosion of the day before. And that in itself will just ensure that there's nothing missing. And a lot of people take vitamins every day, but they don't necessarily take the minerals, and the minerals are so important for the absorption and are responsible for all the enzymatic processes that take place during the day. So I use this to restore gut health. I use this because, as I said, it ensures that my body is receiving the vitamins and minerals that we need. And we need to have, you know, a minimum of 20 minerals every day just to breathe. So it's really important. And along with the vitamins, you know, that's like 70 vitamins and minerals that we need every single day. And a lot of people are very depleted. And if you're just depleted in 1 or 2 of them, it's going to have a massive impact on your health long term. And I think at the moment, with everyone really looking at their health, how they can empower themselves, what simple changes that they can do with their morning routine, this would most definitely be one of mine.
And we've got that great book on Rijooviness.com as well, of vitamins and minerals. That's an easy download from the shop site. And that also guides through not only the importance of what vitamins and minerals do, but which ones may be the right ones for you. So what about breakfast? Are you a breakfast eater?
I am, but my breakfast is not normally after I've done exercise. So I try and exercise beforehand. When I say try, I don't actually, I just do exercise. So that could be a fun walk, it could be yoga on the beach, it could be yoga at a studio, it could be Pilates, or it could be weight training. I'm not a very person that does high impact anymore. That my routine has changed as I've got older, and I much prefer to elongate my muscles, strengthen tone, rather than do high impact heavy weights, because it just doesn't suit my constitution. Everyone's different, you know. My body's just not built for running, but I love cycling and I love walking. So it would always be some exercise of some type, which would be a minimum of 45 minutes. And then that gets my energy levels up, stimulates the appetite, and then I'm ready to eat. So I love making sure that I have my fruits in the morning, my green smoothie in the morning. I try and have vegetables and fruits in smoothies, simply because I'm not one of those people who can just pick up an apple and eat it. I just find it really boring. So I have to chop things up, so and get lots of it in. And I think if you have got a juicer at home, or you have got a blender at home, then packing as much super fuel into your body first thing in the morning is vital, because that's what you're ideally going to operate on all day. So if you start your day with nothing, unless you're fasting, and we'll talk about a little bit about intermittent fasting days, but if you don't fuel up when you start your day, you'll find that by 11 o'clock in the morning, you'll want sugar. And if you take those natural sugars in through fructose, through fruits in the morning, which have also got carbohydrate in them and a tiny bit of protein, then you will find that you'll have more energy yield for a lot longer. So I love making a juice in the morning. My favorite juice is probably cucumber, mint, apple, and celery. That's my favorite juice in the morning if I'm going to make one.
And is that a bit of a stimulant, do you find?
Well, it does. I find it really cleanses my system, calms it down. There's a lot of anti-inflammatory properties in there, soothing, cooling. So if you have eaten heavily the day before, if you've woken up feeling tired and sluggish, then having a very light juice in the morning can be really, really helpful. And also, if you are trying to lose weight, then that will alkalize your body. And you know, we're truly into alkalizing, because that will take the pressure off the body, and our systems are meant to be alkaline. So that cucumber, ginger's also a great one as well in the morning. And if you're in a cold country, then having some of the Nourish, which I showed you, they also have it in a little powder form, because I always travel with that, and a scoop of that as a tea. And then you can add fresh ginger, grate some lemon, put a half a teaspoon of honey. All of those things as a tea in the morning. If you're somebody that finds drinking water on its own really difficult, then that could be, an alternative, because, people get tired, they put on weight, and they feel lethargic and brain foggy if they're dehydrated. And, this will make sure, if you put this into your routine, that you will be supported with, the amount of hydration that you need, but you're also getting all those phytochemicals in the body and the anti-inflammatory effects of things like ginger. So
I like how you mentioned about detoxing and cleansing the body more with cutting things out.
Yes.
Rather than adding things in. And I know we've spoken, pardon me, I'm going to have a drink.
Have some coconut water. We're definite fans of coconut water. That's the new best friend in the morning as well. Is having coconut water, because again, that helps to reduce the inflammation in the gut and balances out the microbiome in the body as well for the gut floras.
So with detoxing and cleansing the body, I know a lot of times people ask us, because the last few shows we've really kind of woven in detoxing, cleansing the body with environment and different bullet points from the 10 vital keys. But detoxing is one of the main ones, isn't it? We hear people talking about that all the time. We have a retreat that's all about detoxing. We've got a number of programs that are about detoxing. But it's the opposite from what most people think about, isn't it? So detoxing, it's not looking for things to go and buy. What do I need to buy? What do I need to take in order to detox my body? You're talking about something quite different than that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm talking about elimination of what's caused the problem in the first place. So cell regeneration. And in order to allow the body to cell regenerate quicker, then we have to take the emphasis off digestion, because it takes so much energy. So if you can move the energy that is being used in your gut system, then your body can start doing a real big clear up. And there's lots of statistics out there to say that actually if you do an intermittent fast day, and that's one of the things, you know, my morning routine could vary, and actually once every 7 days to every 10 days, I would do just either water or juice to take the pressure off my system.
And how long do you do that for? Is that a 24-hour thing?
Yeah, it's a minimum of 24 hours and up to 48 hours. And there's, again, you know, lots of statistics, as I was saying, that cell regeneration, the anti-aging effect that takes over if you carry on with either a water fast or you eliminate and you just have like a green juice after 24 hours, gives your body the opportunity to mop up all of the free radicals that are in the body that are causing destruction. They're like, you know, free radicals are pinging around the body and being very destructive. And what it will do is it will support the body. So one of the other things I like to do a cleanse day with, so if I'm cleansing my body, and we'll go back to sort of a normal routine, but as you've gotten to this, we'll share that, is something like using moringa, which I have it in this form because it's really, really convenient, and just a sachet of this in a litre of water. And moringa oleifera is very, very known all over the world. It grows in, it's a tree, and it grows in Asia, and it grows in South America, it grows in Africa, and it's got so many superpowers as a plant, and it can again really help you to help have that anti-inflammatory effect. It's used in Chinese medicine in many forms, and it can really support you. And I, you know, many of my friends I know that I suffer very badly from migraine, and although I try and get everything right, sometimes the detox is the only way forward. And actually just water fasting, or doing it with the moringa, or maybe even with the Nourish for Life that I mentioned earlier, where I'm completely taking the pressure off every element of the body, it then causes a reset in the system. So, you know, that first thing that you put into your body every day, or if you have done cleansing or water fasting or intermittent fasting, whatever you might call it, you will find that the mop up, if you like, is a good word. It just allows all of the toxins that are running around in your body to actually, you know, decrease. And I know we've got a picture there of, you know, the gut, what's going on with, you know, the gut itself, and it really does help. You know, a lot of people get visceral fat, and this is something that a lot of people struggle with as they get older, particularly men. You see guys with stick-thin legs and skinny arms and then a really big tummy, and you see women where they've got that middle-age spread, and you know, even fit guys and fit girls. I help a lot of people with coaching to make sure that they really are living the life they love in the body that they love to live in. And certainly these are people that have benefited from doing intermittent fasting. And you know, even if you're super fit and super well, if you can see that around your tummy that you are carrying that middle age spread, which is often synonymous, and women go through the menopause, they go through, you know, various chemical changes in their body, and they really struggle with clearing this whole center of their body. And you can see here with these pictures the difference that once your body is alkaline, however much you're exercising, if you're not alkalizing the body and you're not putting into the body everything that's going to detoxify the cells, you'll never get the results that you want. So, you know, these are just a few of examples. And, you know, this guy here was 46, and here he is 8 years later at 52, looking so much younger because he's lost weight, he's lost toxins, he's lost visceral fat, which is the dangerous fat that is compacted around those vital organs, sits there and causes the body to not perform its digestive functions properly. And the minute that that starts happening, you're more prone to having kidney disease, you're more prone to having diabetes, you're more prone to having, you know, problems with your liver. And unfortunately, it's the breads, it's the sugars, it's the alcohol that causes that midlife crisis around the belly, simply because when you're older, it's about like driving an older car. It doesn't have the functionality that it did a few years ago, but you can reverse that. You literally can reverse that, and you can live in a better body in your 50s and 60s than you had in your 30s and 40s. And it's got, yes, it has got an element of age to do with it, but at the same time, you can be responsible for reversing that by what you're thinking, the routine that you have in your body, and also by the choices that you're making of what's going into your mouth. And I think that's so important, that if you make those subtle changes, you'll see massive difference. So if you don't start your day, you know, and I'm telling you what I do, and I'm also going to say, you know, I know there's an awful lot of people every day that the first thing that goes into their mouth is coffee, or it's cereal with high levels of sugar and cow's milk in it. And
or a piece of bread and a cup of coffee as they're running off to do whatever the chores are.
Yeah, it could be a sweet pastry or a piece of toast and with lots of sugar on it. And then you're expecting your body to perform on that.
Yeah, then you wonder why the energy levels are low and all that. So I wanted to ask you, had mentioned about the migraine headaches, and I know that a couple of years ago they used to be quite debilitating for you.
Yeah.
And you did get quite into nourishing your body and detoxing and cleansing the body and looking at all kinds of other things. Have you done anything else, like learning more about your body, maybe some body wisdom, in order to relieve the actual structural injuries and issues that were going on physically?
Yeah, that's been a big thing for me, simply because I have had some structural injuries. I had a massive thyroidectomy which went wrong in 2015 and rendered me speechless for 10 months. I literally had to learn how to speak again. And in that time, I made a lot of life changes in that time. And I repeatedly went back to the surgeon to say, I can't breathe properly, I can't speak properly, I have pains in my chest, and I have severe pains in my neck. And I was always kind of, you know, medical intervention for me didn't work. And so most recently, alongside all these things that I have been doing that I know support my system, it was the realization that although on, you know, CT scans and on x-rays, everything looked like it was okay, actually there was a lot of misalignment. And so the work that we do here, and certainly with our clients, and that you pioneered, is the system of body wisdom. And body wisdom is about reconnecting with yourself. And, you know, these are some of the people that you've helped. Some famous, some people who've been really ill, and you know, you've changed their lives. So that's been really helpful to me, and certainly, you know, a new discipline on the block, because it's something that, you know, Reg is going to train people who are already practitioners in, because it is such an incredible science, but also a practical application that it's made a massive difference to me. And for the first time, jaws realigned, throat's back where it needs to be, and my chest is realigned, and all of those things. Obviously, if your body is not connecting, if anyone out there's listening and is an acupuncturist or works with Chinese herbal medicine, which I know you do, and you know, that's why we always say everything is connected to everything, because, you know, if the neural pathways are not working properly and everything is blocked because of misalignment and structural issues, you're never going to be able to get your brain to talk to the rest of your body. And so someone like me, if I have sugar, alcohol, all of those things, then my stomach can't cope, and it's my Achilles heel is my head. So, you know, everyone has their Achilles heel. What's yours? You know, what hurts when you eat the wrong foods? And for some people, they do put on weight. For other people, they get terrible joint pain. You know, arthritis, rheumatism, osteoporosis are all dysfunctions of the body because of this acid level that's in the body, because you're not giving your body the fuel that it needs. And there's intolerances built in there as well. So some people can drink and they're fine. You know, I smell alcohol and I get a headache. So it's everyone is very different. But what we want to always share with you is what can be done about it and what one needs to look at in the bigger picture of how you're living your life. So if you are making choices in the morning that are affecting the running of your body throughout the day, then it can be those small changes. It can be literally just ripping open a packet of moringa and drinking that as your first drink, or supplementing rather than having a coffee, have a chicory coffee instead. Or if you're a big tea drinker, change the tea. Don't put the milk in it. Put almond milk in it, or you know, put coconut milk in it, or oat milk in it instead. Take away those inflammatory foods.
Yes. Isn't it interesting? A lot of times people say, "Oh, I can't get healthy because I can't afford it." But I find, you know, in over 30 years of working with people, and I'm sure you found as well, it's much less expensive to be healthy than it is. I'm sorry, it's much less expensive to be healthy than it is to be unhealthy. Because being unhealthy, not only does it affect what you're having to buy and where you spend your time, whether it be at the doctor's office or, you know, dealing with issues and injuries and problems and medical issues, or the products that you have to buy to maintain that, pharmaceuticals and things like that. But when you start taking control of your life and cutting things out and detoxing, cleansing your life and learning about body wisdom on how to maintain the meat suit that you're actually living in, all of a sudden, life isn't quite so expensive anymore. And not only are you not putting out as much money on these things to help you maintain a very low quality of life, but actually you start earning more money. The different opportunities come forward. You're able to live your life in much different ways, aren't you? So for the people that think that it's expensive to be healthy, I suggest that you sit down and add up how much it's costing you to be unhealthy.
Absolutely. And you know, I think it's a bit like children. As they get older, they get more expensive. And it's a bit like, as we get older, we can also get more expensive because we need props. You know, you need props. And it's like, okay, so what can I actually do on a daily basis that is not a prop? It's actually a lifestyle shift. And that's what we coach, is how to really live your best life. Live your life by your design, how you want to do it. What's going to make you happy, healthy, your family happy and healthy because of that, and all the other situations that affects. And if it's as simple as changing your routine in the morning, or if it's as simple as changing your breakfast routine, then that's got to really help. So one of the other things that I love, and I can't see what that says.
Yeah, this is a smoothie. This is one of our viewers today. And they were saying today's smoothie was spinach, broccoli, blueberries, strawberries, dark cherries, blackberries, bee pollen, ginger, MCT oil
from coconut.
Yeah, tribulus, amla berry, turmeric, ashwagandha root, yes, chai seeds, and cocoa powder. Wow, that sounds like an awesome protein shake.
We're coming round for breakfast tomorrow, Michael. That's all I can say. It sounds
absolutely
delicious. But you know, that I know it's probably a bit like our kitchen, which is like a pharmacy. You know, there's all these wonderful things, and you only have to go around the local markets and see the variety of fruit and vegetables, of things like maca powder and cacao and the chia seeds, and you know, the nuts and all of those things that you can add into your routine, and fabulous for kids as well. Because if you're teaching your family to live like that and not rip open a box of Frosties or Shreddies in the morning, which are just full of sugar, and then watch them go mad, and that you're actually creating that together in the morning, the difference for everyone in the family is going to make a massive difference.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as children go, if you're having to deal with children with any kind of a label stuck on them, ADD, ADHD, you know, they're hyper, they're uncontrollable, they're wild, you don't know what's wrong with them, take a look at the food. Start there. You know, forget the titles and the labels and seeing what you can categorize them as, and look at how you're actually fueling them. Because I can almost guarantee you, if you start looking at cleansing their little bodies and then fueling their bodies with as much natural foods as possible and eliminating the sugary treats and all that kind of stuff that people generally put into their kids, your children will become different human beings.
Absolutely. And again, you know, I completely understand being a mum. My kids are grown up now, and I know yours are too. You know, when they were younger, that morning routine, and now the children are back to school, can be a bit crazy. So, you know, how can you fuel them properly and yourself quickly? You know, there's some fabulous ways of doing that. So, for instance, having natural yogurt with some seeds and some nuts in the morning with fruits and banana, drizzle of honey can be great. One of the products I love for families in the morning, and certainly this is one of my go-to, is an isolate. It's an isogenic isolate shake. This is the chocolate flavor, which is my favorite, but they come in lots of different flavors. And what I love about this is 250 calories. So if you're somebody that wants to limit your calories because you are on a weight loss program, then that can work too. But this is more about making sure that you've got all your macro, micro, and phytonutrients, so that you're getting the best quality protein. And most recently, Isogenics have just got a whole blend new shake, and these are wonderful for everyone. And you can literally take a sachet like this to work with you and shake it up in a blender. They have plant-based, they have whey-based, and what I love about their whey-based shakes is that it's under-natured whey protein, which means that it hasn't been treated in any way. It's the highest quality whey protein that you can get. So the body's not dealing with it as if it's chalk, it's actually dealing with it as protein, as fuel. And they're grass-fed cows, and you know, that makes a massive difference, the quality of protein, for the body to absorb it. And what that does for you is that it allows you to feel full as well. So for somebody who really struggles with their appetite and they don't eat because the minute they do eat, they feel hungry, and you get people that do that.
Yeah.
Or other people who will have a massive bowl of porridge in the morning and then by 11 o'clock in the morning be starving. Yeah. These are low glycemic. So they are slow burn in the body. Yeah. So
and that comes from habit, doesn't it?
Yes.
You've actually created that in your body, if that's something that you're dealing with. You know, if you're not eating consistently, you're not eating the right types of foods, or you're not mixing the right types of foods, then you get all kinds of different blood sugar issues, like leptin
resistant.
The leptin levels go down, and everything starts to change. The communication gets all mixed up, and that's why a lot of people say, "Well, I hardly eat anything." You know, and I'm gaining weight all the time, and my best friend, she can eat anything she wants, and she never gains any weight. Well, that's the difference. That's because that's what you're creating in your body. If you're not fueling your body the right way, two things are happening. One, the body doesn't know what to do with the foods that you're putting in if you're making bad choices of food. And two, if you're not fueling yourself consistently, when you do fuel yourself, your body's not burning it. It stores it because it doesn't know when the next meal is coming, because you're not fueling it consistently. So you really confuse the body into what to happen. So if you want to lose weight, two key things that you have to do. Cut out all the crap that you're putting into your body before you put anything in. Look at the label and be bluntly honest with yourself. Is this something my body can actually fuel itself on, can run on? And take the taste and the flavor and what you enjoy eating out of it, and think more common sense in your body as a machine. You know, if you put water in your gas tank, the gas tank needle is going to go up and it's going to show full. But you turn the key on the car, and the engine may or may not run at all. And if it does run, it's going to be blocking along not really well. And your body is exactly the same. You can shove all this stuff in you, your tummy gets full, and you feel, okay, I'm fueled now, I'm full, but you've got no energy. and you're lethargic, and you're maybe grumpy and mood swings, and you don't know what's wrong. Well, what's wrong is you're putting the wrong type of fuel in your body. So that's why you're gaining weight. That's why you've got no energy, why you're not able to deal with the things that you can deal with. So take a look at that first. Do yourself a favor. Be aware of what you're putting in, on, and around your body.
We're just going to bring up that little slide over there, this is one of my favorite smoothie bowls, and here we've got some natural granola that was made, and then even some living flowers that you can eat, edible flowers. There's some chia seeds in there, there's some raspberries, banana, almonds, raisins, dates, desiccated coconut, and then the base of it is a chia base, which is just super easy to make with a little bit of almond milk overnight. And you soak the chia seeds and allow them to expand. Just keep that in the fridge, and then you can have that as a scoop. You can make it with goat's milk, and that, you know, is a lovely start to the day, or a super smoothie bowl as a snack throughout the day.
We've got a great little book on Rijooviness, superfoods.
Yeah.
Which can guide and direct you through not only the types of foods to choose, but also great recipes as well.
So, you know, if you are at the moment, you're kind of sitting there and you relate to this, and maybe you think, oh, actually, you know, I am not running on the right fuel that I need to. And over the last year, because of the lockdown, actually my lifestyle's become more sedentary. Been sitting by my computer working. I've been stressed, and the cortisol levels have gone up. The cortisol which is produced by the adrenal glands when you're stressed, will stop you from losing weight. So if you can reduce that, and you can make sure that your body doesn't feel it's going into famine, and that you are giving your body the right tools to run on, then everything changes really, really quickly. And you know, that's what we coach people, so that you don't have to. I mean, I feel, you know, 9 times out of the 10, yeah, I feel amazing. Wake up, ready to go again, you know, and work really hard, and have the energy that I want to live my life. And so many people don't, and it's not necessarily because they're older. It's purely because they're not surrounding themselves with the right things, they're not thinking the right things, and then they're not fueling themselves with the right things. And those subtle changes, you know,
everything affects everything.
It really, really does. So, you know, if you're thinking that right now that you're overwhelmed by, I just don't have time, because I think that's a classic case. I do not have time. All I have time for in the morning is putting the kettle on and filling my bowl up, or grabbing a slice of toast. Trust me, you have the same amount of time to whiz out one of those. It takes 30 seconds.
Yeah. And you're lying to yourself. You're lying to, if that's an excuse that you are using, blunt honesty, you're lying to yourself if you think you don't have time to be healthy. Because I can promise you, if you start marking down and start a little journal or a calendar, and mark down all the time that you need to spend in order to maintain the lifestyle that you're living now. If you're dealing with things, you've got problems, all the time you think about your problems, all the times you're researching how to get fixed from your problem or other ways to live with your problem, that's a huge waste of time that you could be using for other areas of your life. And again, it's less expensive and less time consuming to be healthy. When you're feeling awesome, you're living the life you want, and you're focused on creating the life that you want into the future. But when you're feeling like crap, you're spending your time dealing with crap.
Yeah. So that, you know, that sort of simple routine of just thinking about what your ideal day is going to look like, and then making it happen. Because at the end of the day, the choice is up to you. And, you know, I think most of us have realized that our health is the best investment that we have, and it's the most important thing that we have. And a lot of people want to make choices, they want to make changes now, and maybe they're looking in the mirror and the body that they've got is not one that they had a few months ago. You know, it's been difficult with the gyms being closed and classes, everything going online. You know, is there the motivation to press the Zoom button and actually start an online class? Well, for some people there is, but for other people it's difficult. So it's a marker in the sand. It's kind of going, right, okay, I'm going to take control. I am going to really set up my ideal day. I'm going to really fuel my body with what it needs. And, you know, if you have a plant-based diet, and, you know, we're virtually a plant-based house here, you know, that again will reduce the inflammatory markers in the body. It will allow your digestive system to work. I must say that. Allow your digestive system to work that much quicker, because it doesn't take very long to break down plant fuel, rather than meat can take up to 4 days. You know, people don't realize that.
Yeah.
You know, it can take 4 days for your digestive system to break down a piece of meat.
Just imagine how much energy that takes that you could be using for something else. So if
Yeah.
you're feeling lethargic, take a look at the foods. You know, another thing that you do, actually we both do, is we guide and direct people through a number of different ways, and then online and offline, and also the retreats.
Yeah, and the retreats, and let's come on to that. So hopefully I've kind of given you a little bit of inspiration, and do go onto Rijooviness website so that you can really discover more about the recipes and the little booklets that we have. And we will be bringing to you our retreat packages later on this year, which we're really going to bespoke for everyone depending on what you're trying to achieve. And I know for some people their emphasis might be on flexibility. So working with yoga is something that we do, and Pilates teachers locally is something that we will be doing. But it could be getting new habits into your lifestyle and having some fun, because, you know, fun has definitely been missing, I think, for many people over the last year. And so the retreats are going to be very much designed around you. You can send us a quick email, connect with us on rijooviness.com, and express your interest, and we will then give you a call on WhatsApp and discuss with you what you are trying to achieve, what you want.
Yeah.
And it might be that you want to come with a group of friends. It might be that you're getting ready for a special occasion. It might be that you need to really work with your body, your mindset. And it might be that your body really will benefit from having the body wisdom that Reg works with, so that you can realign all the structures of your body. And, you know, if you are maybe somebody that has had an accident, an operation, an illness, that you're struggling with your medication, all of those things can be supported by getting your body back in alignment again. And, you know, a testimonial to Reg, after my thyroidectomy, I was on a little bit of thyroxine every single day, because my body could not yield the energy that it needed. There was blockages there because the structure was wrong, right? And so since you know, back in November when I started having the treatments, I've come off my medication, which is incredible, because I don't want to take anything that I don't have to, and I don't need it anymore. So, you know, that's testament to you that works. But that's the kind of stuff that we want people to do. Get off your medication if you can, and look at the alternatives. And you know, when you come on a retreat, this is all about you.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, people always have what they want to achieve. I want to lose weight, or I want to look better, I want to feel younger, I want more energy, I want the relationship or the job or the lifestyle that I want. But they're often a little bit confused about why they are in the position that they are now. So part of getting what you want is also understanding why you are where you are and how to get beyond that. You know, and a lot of people talk to us about events and programs and books that they've read, and, you know, and the different journeys that they've attempted to go on to achieve what they want to achieve, and they just can't seem to get it. You know, what we always hear is, I know that, I know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so why aren't you doing it? And that's the difficulty part. And that's where Rijooviness is really all about, and especially our retreats. So there is twofold. There's what is it that you as the client want, but also as us as the mentors and the coaches and the specialists, when the team gathers around you to see what it is that you need, it becomes very different. And that's why we get these type of testimonials, you know, because most people don't really understand what it is that they need. But they can share what the goal is, and with some guidance and some support, then you can get what you need in order to get what you want.
So we will be putting up much more about our retreats starting in May of 2021. They'll be running right the way through for the rest of the year, and they will be in the beautiful Barbados. And we are so lucky that we're surrounded by an environment that ultimately will make you feel better to start with. And, you know, we really want you to come back to true wellness. And based on our lifestyle choices and the way that we've always run our life and the experience that we have alongside our team that will be working with you, you're going to really see a benefit very, very quickly. So some people, you know, transformation can happen in just 3 days. You know, 3 days can make a massive difference. You can arrive and suddenly, you know, 3 days has gone by and you just feel completely different. You feel like you have the tools again to actually really, you know, live your best life.
Well, some of these testimonials are as soon as, you know, 1 day, like with Halle Berry. That was on her very first treatment. That's the testimony that she wrote. And then we continued to work together for a number of months after that. But then you look in the middle at Irene, where she had been dealing with issues for over 30 years. And within 4 months, we completely turned her around. That is a dramatic transformation. And that's really what Rijooviness and Rijooviness retreats are about, is dramatic transformations. It's helping you to stop dealing with and living with ailments and issues and problems and concerns and just getting over it so that you can get on living the life that you actually really want to be living. And that's why our strapline is, live the life you love in the body that you love to live in.
So hopefully today we've shared with you some thoughts about how to realign your morning routine, what to do and how to do it. There's so much we could go into as far as nutrition and
environment and fueling.
Absolutely, but reach out and drop us a quick email or follow the link to rijooviness.com and you can connect with us there and schedule a half-an-hour complimentary consultation with us just so that you can chat about what you're trying to achieve. And then we can do online coaching for you. Or if it's a retreat that you really feel that you need, a group of you needs, or maybe even it's a family retreat that as a whole there's been a lot of life changes, and as a family you really need to re-establish the balance for all of you, then we can bespoke all of that for you too. So there's so much that we
and corporate as well. We also do corporate retreats. We do a lot of work with different companies from around the world.
People
so if you
seeing
want
each other that are colleagues that haven't seen each other for months.
Yeah, team building and strengthening the brand of the company as well. So it's not only personal brand, but company brand is what we can work with and help you with.
So we would like to say a massive thank you today for joining us here at Rijooviness TV, and do follow us on our Rijooviness TV Facebook page and also on Instagram. Just anything to do with Rijooviness, if you Google it, it will come up because it's the only one.
Yes, and if you'd like to be on our show and join us, if you've got an interesting story or there's anything that you'd like to share, or if there's anything that you'd like us to actually talk about, if you'd like us to do a show on something specific that could help you, just send us a message and we're happy to work with you.
So on Monday, we will be live in one of our locations that we are going to be hosting our retreats in, the beautiful St. Peter's Bay in Barbados. And we will be interviewing the team of people that will be there looking after you. And also we will be discussing later on during the week about wealth creation and health and wealth, which is a massive topic that we're really passionate about. And we're also going to be sharing with you the discipline of Reiki next week as well. So if all of it and any of those topics then really interest you, then please do share this link so that we can connect with as many people around the world and give you the tools, the insights and the inspiration to live the life you love in the body that you love to live in.
Thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next show.